Dee Wallace, everybody. Hi, Dee.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm pretty awesome.
You are awesome.
You know,
I think everybody
why not,
knows that, right? She's awesome.
Why not?
It's so thrilling to have. It's just great to have you here. It's been a while
Thank
since
you.
you've been back at Flashback. Come on.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Oh.
But I'm glad to be here this weekend. Isn't it a great run show?
Yeah.
I said from the time we landed at the airport, my God, I wish all shows were run as well as this one.
Oh, that's really nice to say. They hear
It's
that.
true.
Really, seriously, Dave. We appreciate that. Mike, Mike and me, the whole Curtis family. I was saying this before you came in. This is a family run. This is not a corporation run con. This is like a real family con. And they care about everything that happens.
Well, you can tell.
And we appreciate that.
Yeah.
Seriously. And to hear it coming from you, it's amazing. So.
I've done a few.
Yeah. Have you? Do you like doing the cons?
I do. I really like, a lot of actors do it for the bread, and that's nice too. But I love the love exchange. When you all come to the table and we get to hug, and I hear stories about, it's the first movie I ever saw was E.T. with my grandma, or my mom, or sweet memories like that. I love that.
Does anybody ever come up to you and go, the first movie I ever saw with my grandmother was Cujo? Do they
Yes. Today. I said, you go, Granny. You go.
Before we get to Esmeralda, just watched a whole bunch of your movies.
I did.
Oh,
I did
dear
a little
God.
research.
Yeah, so she did a little research, and
It was
Ez is going to
great.
jump in.
I just want to say in The Howling, how you were getting gaslit by your hubby there, that he slept with the other lady werewolf.
Yeah, I know.
I yelled. I was like, he's gaslighting you. I was getting into
it. Was so funny. Joe Dante, our wonderful director, came up to me, because you get really close with your crew. Well, I was engaged to Christopher when we did The Howling. We both got the parts on our own, and then they found out we were engaged. And I have to tell you, it was an interesting experience with the crew, because Joe came up and said, Dee, the whole crew wants to know, are you going to be there tomorrow night when they do the big love scene between Chris and the she-wolf? And I went, no, I will be in town drinking. But Joe said, oh, thank God. Because,
Oh yeah, we've
they
seen the
got
scene.
to
We've
know
seen the
us as a
scene.
couple.
Yeah.
And so,
Well,
yeah.
that scene. I mean, look. When that movie came out, I was 16. Rewind. Yeah.
Are you telling me I should have taken my clothes off too?
Well, yeah. I wasn't going to go there, but you did, so there you go. I do before, because we're going to talk about a lot of your films here while we're here, but I do want to mention that today is Wes Craven's birthday.
Oh, wow. Happy birthday, Wes.
Yeah, and
You started it all.
Yeah, so you got to work with him on The Hills Have Eyes. Can you please tell me a little bit about your experience working on that?
He's very quiet. At least he was when we did that. He's very, he used to be a college professor. You knew that, right? And he knew exactly what he wanted, but he was just very quiet, and we needed that on that set. So most of us were at the beginning of our careers, right? And we went, I don't care if I have my own dressing room. I'm going to be in a film, right? So all the actors were in one trailer.
Oh my.
And
You
the
should have-
bathroom broke. So I spent a lot of time in my car.
You had to share a trailer with Michael Berryman?
What?
You had to share a trailer with Michael Berryman?
Oh, that was the least of it.
Oh, okay.
I love Michael.
Yeah.
I love him.
So he's, everybody I've talked to who's ever worked with Wes says the same thing. Like very, very,
Very grounded.
Yeah.
He's grounded.
Yeah, and it's amazing that all these years later, that his movies. I mean, everybody in this room has seen his movies, and they all love them. Were you happy when you saw The Hills Have Eyes?
I was.
Yeah.
I was very happy. Yeah.
Do you now, Esmeralda? You've done a little research. You mentioned any.
Dear God.
So I'm going to let the lady take over for a little while here.
I probably won't remember half this shit. Okay. Okay.
No, but there were amazing performances. I watched
Thank you.
for a little research. I watched Cujo, and then
My
Critters,
favorite.
and then The Howling.
Yeah.
Cujo and then what?
Then Critters, and then The Howling.
Uh-huh.
And I did notice that we actually, me and my partner were joking when we started watching Critters. I was like, is this the same set as Cujo? Did you just you popped into the next movie? Because there's a farm,
Was
the
kind
farmhouse.
of- yeah, but no, not the same. Cujo, we were up in Northern California around Mendocino.
Mm-hmm.
Freezing. Yeah, everybody thinks we're dying of the heat. I looked over at Danny. We were getting ready to do a scene, and he's going. So I called our director, Louis Stego, and I said, is there any way you can get a heater in the front of the car? So they did. Not that I'm sorry they had to carve that Pinto.
You can swear. You can swear.
I never see another Pinto in my life. It'll be and they put a heater in the front of the car for us.
So you bring up Cujo. You are unfucking believable in that movie.
Thank you. Thank you.
And you just said it's your favorite. And of all the stuff that you've done, and I've seen a ton of stuff that you've done. It's exhausting to watch that. Like I watched that movie.
Well, it was exhausting to do it.
What was it? Tell me about the experience. I mean, my God, it's an astonishing performance. So talk about the work you did in Cujo.
Oh, it was relentless, guys. I mean, and thank God I got Danny Pintar.
Yeah, the kid is amazing too.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. It was like working with another adult seasoned actor. I mean, this kid was so good. The scene where he has to go into that fit? And so this is why I play mothers. I said, okay, Danny, so we're going to do that scene now. Are you okay? Do you need help? He said, oh, that happened to me when I was little. Watch. And he goes, right. I said, well, I'm not going to have to worry about this kid much, right? But it was, you're working with a kid and a dog, which, by the way, there were 13 dogs that played Cujo. All trained to go after toys. So we had to tie their tails down because they were wagging them all the time.
Cujo's very happy when he kills. That's
I made sure before I signed on for the film, because I'm a big dog lover. I do a lot of work for actors and others for animals. And thank you. And so before I even signed on, I said, look, I have to be reassured these dogs will never be abused. They will not be overworked. And they assured me of all that. So that's one reason we had so many dogs, because one, they were all trained to do different tricks, and two, none of them would be overworked. I would be overworked. Thank you very much.
How about the guy in the dog suit?
The guy in the dog suit, Gary Morgan, was our stuntman. Kept us very entertained. Oh boy. And, he did a few, like the big attack scene with me in the car. I wanted to do it with a real dog, and at the last minute, our producer, Dan Blatt, said, no, Dee, you know, if something happens, you go down, we lose money, blah, blah. Well, as it happened, that was a good choice he made. So I did the big attack scene with Gary in the dog suit, and the stunt woman did it with the real dog. So she had the dog's toy around her neck, and he was so well trained that when she leaned forward, that was the dog's cue to come toward her. When she pulled back, the dog would pull back like that. That's how well they were trained. So they did it, they got it in one take, and Lewis yelled, great, we got it, and she said, yes! And nobody had a hand on the dog. So the dog did what it was trained to do and happened to bite her nose off. No, she's fine. They took her, they sewed it back on. She looks beautiful, you know. But had that been me, it would have really screwed up the...
Been behind
Why do
schedule.
you guys think that's so funny? You're sickos out there.
That's hilarious, actually. Wow.
She's
Wow.
okay, so it's funny.
Yeah.
So, you know, so you worked on that movie again with your husband at the time. What was that experience like? You know, you had done a couple of years earlier. You had done The Howling, and then now you were working together on this.
Well, Dan
and you were the
Black,
one who was cheating.
Dan Black called me about Cujo, and I read it, and I mean, come on. What actress wouldn't do a tour de force role like Cujo? That'd be stupid. But I said, you know, because there was this nude love scene, I said, Dan, you know I don't do nudity. Well, that's okay. We want to hire Christopher for that part. I said, great. And I still don't do nudity. So they got me this hot pink dress with this full skirt, you know, and I'm sitting on top of him, and the night before I'm going, Christopher, how do we do this? We can't do it like we really do it. They'd never believe it. So he says, don't worry, baby, I'll be there for you. So it's a closed set. Awkward, so awkward. Love scenes are just like your mother is sitting on the bottom of the bed watching you, right? So we get ready, and I'm sitting on top of Christopher, and I look down at him and I go, I got nothing, babe. He said, I'm so worried about how they're shooting you, and if it's gonna look okay, you're just gonna have to act. Oh God, we had some fun.
Well, was that another movie like when you were making it? Obviously, it was intense and exhausting. When you saw it, what were your thoughts on what Louis Teague did with the?
You know, honestly, guys, when I saw it, I was really proud. I feel like I went as far as I could go, as truthfully as I could go there. And no other part had asked me to do anything to the extent that Cujo asked me. And I'm just really proud of that film.
You should be.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's
I know.
It's such a, no, it is a, I'm honestly watching it for the first time. I, like, myself watched, I know it's fake, I know it's a movie, but I was like so concerned. I was like, they're never gonna get out of that car, the mailman's not coming now, what's gonna happen?
And, you know, I have people come up to my table all the time and go, oh my God, Dee, I saw it when I was younger, now I'm a parent, it's a whole different movie. from a parent's perspective, because the whole movie is how much a mother would go to save their kid. For me, that's what it was always about. You know.
Yeah, it's an incredible movie. So anyway, and it's
Thank
still,
you.
I mean, you know, the film came out in '83, and you watch it today, and it's as potent and as powerful as anything.
Thank you,
ever-
and that's why they're redoing it.
I know, man.
I'm sorry, did I say that?
So I'm assuming you have they asked you to maybe like pop
no,
in?
No. From what I hear, are you still laughing about that?
I'm a 9-year-old. Are you kidding me? Dee Wallace just did this. I'm set for life. Kidding me?
Don't y'all go posting all that shit there.
Too late. Are you kidding? Are you not?
What the hell did you ask me about?
If you're are you gonna
remake,
have any part of the remake?
From what I hear, they're going to go strictly by the book, which we didn't. You know, in the book, the dog is consumed by an evil spirit. In the movie, he was bitten with rabies. In the book, the kid dies at the end. And when the movie came out, Stephen King called the producer and said, "Thank God you didn't kill the kid. I never got more hate mail about anything." So in their infinite wisdom, they're going to do
You're
it
gonna
now.
kill the kid in the new one.
Yeah.
I mean, everything is. Well, you know what? You know, we're bringing this up. Every goddamn week there's a new reboot or sequel, legacy
Aren't you
sequel.
sick of it?
I am so sick of it. Now, some people might not
Somebody
be.
write an original
Exactly.
movie, will ya? I actually have quite a few coming out. I have 10 films coming out. And 3 of them are light relationship films, and the rest are border on the horror or severely into the horror. Yeah.
It's just like every time I open up, I open up a newspaper. Holy crap, am I old? When was the last time anybody opened a newspaper to see what was playing at the theater? I just dated myself. Holy crap. Anytime I look to see what's opening and I see like right now, there's like, I Know What You Did Last Summer, Naked Gun, all of these movies, it's like,
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, the fact that they're doing Cujo, I just like, I don't know, it makes me nuts. They've been trying to remake The Howling forever. That one's been in
Are you sure?
Yeah, no, well, they're trying. It's been, yeah, they're trying.
Yeah,
They're trying.
good effing luck.
Yeah. Well, he brought up The Howling. Let's talk about The Howling.
Okay.
Okay.
How was filming that?
Yeah.
Were you
we
in
had
the
a
wolf?
lot.
Were you in the werewolf at the end? Was
No,
that you?
that's an animatronic. I had in my contract, for some reason, that my character would never appear as a werewolf. I guess it was important back then. I don't have a clue.
Wait. That was in you made a werewolf movie and you said I don't want to be a werewolf in the contract?
Well, when you put it that way, it sounds real stupid.
That's my job.
But yeah, I guess my agent thought that was important. So Joe called me and said, "Dee, all the cards have come back. Everybody wants to see your character." I said, "I don't give a shit." But can you please make her a little more vulnerable because she's fought so hard against it? So he and Rob came up with this Bambi werewolf.
I was gonna say it's the cutest werewolf I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, it's like a Pekingese werewolf. Yeah. But for those of you that follow Joe, that's so his sense of humor. And I've got to tell you, all those great flashbacks of the old movies that are in The Howling,
Yeah.
the studio wouldn't pay for them, so Joe paid for them
no kidding.
himself. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, and that adds so much to it.
So much.
Like the cartoons and the
Yeah.
fact that Slim Pickens eating wolf chili.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
Slim
in a
Pickens.
couple of spots.
Yeah. But also, like I just mentioned, Slim Pickens. For those, Google it. For those of you who are maybe too young, but there are the character actors and the people that are in that movie. It's fantastic. John
Yeah.
Carradine, all of those people. You got to work with some legends, and like
Yep.
they got to be werewolves and be weird, and you know,
And
what was it?
you know, in between shots, we'd sit around that fire and just listen to stories from all those great older actors.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and you know, and John Sayles co-wrote that, and appears. He's the coroner also. And John Sayles would go on to be an amazing independent filmmaker, writer, director, actor, and stuff like that. And he also wrote Alligator, which was directed by Louis Teague, who directed Cujo. But what was it like? When you got the script that John Sayles wrote? Did you go, oh, I didn't expect this to be as funny or as weird as it was? Because I know it's based on a book.
You know, when I got the script, I had already, I don't know if y'all know about this, I have a whole other business as a healer. I'm a clairaudient channel. And when I read it, I went, oh, this is about the battle between the light and the dark. So for me, that's always what it was about. But again, it was so well written. When I read Karen, I just knew her. I knew what propelled her, you know, from, it's so funny. One movie, I'm my fiance's husband, and the next movie, I'm my husband's lover. I never thought of that till this moment. And I'm not a real blonde. Anyway. Yeah, so did I answer your question?
Yeah, it's fine.
I don't know. I just, you know, my brain.
No, it was about the script. Now, when you mentioned that you know, healer, did that help you during Cujo? At all, when you were doing Cujo?
Well, it helped me from the perspective. You know, I studied with Uta Hagen and Jeff Corey. I've studied with all the great teachers. And then I found a man named Charles Conrad who taught an acting technique where you don't study, you don't break anything down. It's all based on high energy and throwing your energy toward the werewolf or the person that you're working with. Well, years later, when I actually started to channel, I went, oh my God, this is what I've been doing in my acting all along. It's true. I never break down a part. I never think about what I learn my lines, and I go in and get out of the way and let the character take over. And it made acting so much more fun and so much easier and intrinsic. Just magical things started happening, like the dinner table scene in E.T. Well, I wasn't supposed to get up and leave. But when Henry says he's in Mexico with Sally, I felt all these tears coming up, and Mary thought, oh, I can't let my kids see me cry, and got up and left. Stephen cut and came over and said, Dee, why did you leave the table? That's not in the script. I explained to him what happened, and he looked at me, and he turned to the crew and said, you've got 30 minutes. I need another wall in the kitchen here with a sink with running water, so he could take me over to the sink and bring me into that big close-up where I say he hates Mexico. And it all happened because I trusted Stephen to allow Mary to do what Mary needed to do, and Stephen picked up a moment from what happened there and expanded it, and that's how you get magic on a set.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's amazing.
So E.T., That was
What?
That was kind of a popular movie. A couple of people have seen that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. How'd you get it? How did it come to you? And-
You know, it's kind of a Hollywood story. I auditioned for Used Cars.
Oh, really? I'm sorry. It's one of my favorite movies. Literally one of my favorite movies of all time.
Fortunately, didn't get that.
No. Oh, no
But
way.
Steven, I saw that. Steven works very far ahead. So he already was working on E.T. And in me, he saw the quality he wanted in Mary. So when E.T. came along, they just offered it to me.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's
I
great.
told you, a Hollywood story. Huh?
Yeah. And for people who don't know, Steven Spielberg produced Used Cars, just so you know.
Which is a wonderful movie, but if I had my choice, you know?
Yeah. I think E.T. was the better shot for you.
Yeah. You think?
Yeah.
Just a little bit, but just a little.
So when you were making E.T., I mean, obviously by that point, you know, Spielberg was already legendary by that point. And did it feel like, man, this is gonna be? Did you guys know?
You know, you never do that.
Yeah.
I don't know a talent that does that. Something draws you to the role in the project, and you just go in to be the best and the most real you can be. Nobody thinks about, well, this is going to be a blockbuster, because it takes you guys to make a blockbuster. No shit. And you know, I had to go to the studio behind locked doors and read the script. And I called my agent and I said, I don't think this is going to do a lot for me, but I think it's going to do a lot for the world. And I want to be a part of it. And I was right, wasn't I? Yeah.
I do want to mention that I had Danielle Harris on my podcast this past week.
Oh, you poor thing. We're best buds.
Yeah.
So.
And she spoke so highly of you.
She better.
And by the way, she also said that you, of all the people that she's ever had on the podcast, were the filthiest that she's ever had on the podcast.
Oh, fuck me. That's not true. Bullshit.
Okay, I believe you. I totally believe you.
Just because I did this.
Oh, I'm never gonna forget that. Trust me. Yeah, I don't need an autograph. I don't need a selfie. I'm good. Did you have anything about Critters that you wanted to mention about Critters?
You were great in Critters.
Thank you.
Again, the mother figure you were taking care of with that shotgun. That moment when you just took over, that was
I have to
awesome.
tell you, my husband was a Marine. And so we went to see it for the first time, and he goes, and I said, what? I think I'm okay. And he said, he called me Pupper, don't ask. And he said, Pupper, I gotta fucking show you how to hold a gun. I said, look, I'm a farm wife. I'm not supposed to be great. Because I'm holding it here like this.
I thought it looked great. I was like,
Thank
you're a badass with that shotgun.
We had a lot of fun. It was a tough shoot because we worked so many nights, you know.
How was with the explosions and everything? Was that off
Yeah, it
effects
must have
or?
been because I don't have any memory of them at all. You know what I have a memory of? I got to show you. Okay, so we're all in this scene, and we're all emotion, you know, really, really, really high, and we get ready and we hear, okay, roll them in, and there's a guy over here with a critter going like They didn't even have the big one finished, so all you see of the big one is through the window, this much, I think. Yeah. I have a great shot on my table with the big critter which I went in 2 months later and took for press. Yeah.
That's the magic of movies.
You bet.
I do
you
want to
have no idea.
I do want to mention, okay, if you're a regular listener of my podcast, you know that, or when I was on the radio, I happen to be a middle-aged man who, like, at some point when I was watching television, I loved a lot of shows that were meant for teenage girls. You were on Felicity. You played Ben's mom on Felicity.
If you say so.
By the way, I'm amazed that this entire interview wasn't about
Well, I was going to
Felicity.
lead with it, but I thought...
How many frickin' years ago was that?
2001.
Oh, I remember it like it was yesterday.
I remember like it. You didn't do this, though, so I was very upset.
I mean, I remember doing it. Don't ask me what it was.
Okay.
I couldn't tell you what the episode
Okay,
was
I just
about.
wanted to mention it just because I'm a dork and I love Felicity.
I
so.
see that.
Fuck you. So,
You think I'm going to finish this now?
blame Danielle, man. She's the one who opened the door to that kind of conversation. So, you mentioned that you have a bunch of stuff coming up, but talk about the stuff that's not horror. You said that you have a couple of things.
Yeah, I have a couple of really delightful movies with Ed Begley Jr. is in one of them. Bruce Davison is in one of them with me, and they're just, you know, there's drama, but there's just nice, light relationship stuff going on too.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that about my career, that they're still open to having me do everything. You know, I still kill people, and I'm still a sweet mom. And as an actor, you know, you love being able to play all those different colors that are within all of us, you know? Yes, you have a killer in you. Yes, you do.
Is there a role that you want to do, a character type that you haven't done?
I want to play a nun that is challenged by her beliefs. Don't
All right, anybody
ask me
who knows
where
how
that
great
came
movies.
from, but I've always, in a very truthful, real way, you know, to help people explore. There's a big dichotomy between what we're taught as kids and how we're raised and what we learn and mature into. And sometimes it's real confusing for people. I do a lot of healing work in my healing area around that, because we're taught, guys, to be smaller. I mean, really, how many people in the room were taught you're strong, you're powerful, anything you want you can create, go out, everybody wants you to be successful, go make lots of money, you deserve it. Really, how many of us? Yeah. And then we get to be adults and we go, why can't I? Because the little person inside you has been taught it's not okay and you're not a good person. Let me tell you, when E.T. came out, and you know, we were all thrown into the spotlight, and I felt myself getting smaller and smaller, and I went, what the hell is going on, Dee? You're getting everything you want. And I heard my grandma, who helped raise me, say, they're the rich people, we're the good people. And all of a sudden, I was one of them. And I thought, you know, that's not a belief I want. That's not a belief that's going to serve me. I know that I and my consciousness get to choose what I do with my money. So I'm going to do great things for my family, for my friends, for the things I'm like animals that I want to help. But those little beliefs, if you're hitting a wall in your life right now, go back, and this is brain science, between conception and 8 years old, our brains are locked into our belief systems by 8 years old. So if you want to see where your walls are that you're hitting, go back to your childhood. You'll find it. I guarantee you. I do it every day with people.
Thank you.
Well, we got off serious there.
I have to say, Dee, this has just really been amazing. This has been one of the best panels I've done.
Oh, shucks.
I'm not kidding. I've done panels with this thing for 24 years. It's one of my favorite ones I've ever done.
Oh,
You are
gosh,
unbelievable.
thank
You're
you.
unbelievable. So you're at your table. You've got photo ops. You've got all kinds of stuff going on.
Yeah.
And I can't even thank you enough for being a part of the podcast. And I appreciate it.
It was a great podcast, and you'll have to bleep hell of it.
No.
Oh, no.
No. We say all kinds of stuff.
We do?
Yeah,
We're
I'm
bleeping
I'm
none of
actually
it.
gonna have an audio description for this.
Yeah.
I believe you call it a jerk off.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, we're done. That's it. That's it.